everyone, and welcome back to Twin Rivers Wood Products. It's Emily and Rondi coming to you today, and we're doing something different today. So I had told you in another video that my truck was in the shop because the bracket that one of the alternator belts goes on, it broke, and they finally found one, and it's taken at least 2 days to get here. So we had a day off yesterday. Well, we said a day off from trucking. We still worked. We went and picked these blueberries. We went and picked 5 gallon.
You can see them better, can you?
Yeah, we went and picked 5 gallon of them. And, of course, we had some for fresh eating yesterday and this morning. And then we washed them and took all the, I think you can see them there. We washed them and took all the stems off of them and cleaned them.
Just dropped them.
And, they're not like huge. They're not like big ones that you can buy at the store, but they are sweet.
They're way better than the store-bought ones. Even if they're smaller, you'd think that they were a little bit sour, but they're awesome. They're actually...
Yes. So maybe I'll insert some pictures of us. Rondi, Jeffrey, and Kristen helped me pick these yesterday. The patch is about 20 minutes, no, about a half hour from here.
Yeah.
And they have a huge patch, lots of bushes, and it's just a local farmer that has these bushes, and so we're tickled that we were able to get some. We got this is full bags. How many do we say we got? 16?
No, 17. 16 and a half.
16 and a half. Out of 5 gallon, that's after fresh eating. But we did make them pretty big. So what we plan to do with these is we like to make milkshake around here. We just put in like a lot of our frozen strawberries also go for milkshake. Frozen blueberries, frozen strawberries. Also, we freeze peaches. Those are our 3 basic fruits that we make sure we put up.
We always have.
Yeah, and so we'll just in a blender we'll put our fruit. So let's just say our blueberries, and then we'll put and they'll be frozen. We leave them frozen when we put them in the blender.
These ain't frozen.
And no, these haven't frozen yet. And we put some milk with it and sugar. I think I put like a little bit of vanilla. I just don't, but I think the sugar is probably right around a half a cup maybe of sugar to a blender full. And I just take vanilla and splash it. So probably that splash is 2 teaspoons. And blend it up. And you can put ice cream in instead of milk. If we have ice cream, like vanilla ice cream or whatever, we can use that instead of milk, or maybe just a little bit of milk with the vanilla ice cream. Yeah. But it makes fantastic milkshakes. And you can do the same thing with peaches, frozen peaches or frozen strawberries. We do the same thing.
Any frozen fruit, basically.
Yeah. And it's great for in the summertime when it's hot. We love it. And also, we'll make blueberry pie with these. Blueberry cobbler. And I don't know what else. And it's just great to have fresh fruit. We may go pick some more. I don't know. We'll see once.
And just for fresh eating.
Yeah, and just for fresh eating. Yeah. So anyway, also, I'm going to take the camera over here and show you on the table what else we are doing. So being we have today off, we went and bought these green beans from the Amish. That is 1.5 bushel right there. And we're going to be canning them. So we'll cut about that much off with the knife on one end and a little bit on the other end, which you honestly wouldn't have to cut this end off. But like these that have the little, I'm not sure what you call that, the stem, that you just take a little bit of that off. Then we'll cut them up and put them into quart jars and can them. So that's what we're going to show you that we're going to do now. Also, we got some sweet corn, fresh sweet corn for supper tonight. I'm making chicken and dumplings, and I think we're going to have fresh sweet corn for supper. So that's what Ronnie and I are up to. And Jenny, Kervin, Jeffrey, and Chris went with Marlon to the woods. So it's just Rondi and I. But we're going to show you a little glimpse into what we're doing. I hope y'all enjoy this video. I know it's not about firewood, or about logs, or about trucking.
A little different because we're doing a lot of the same things over again.
Yeah, and it's just part of our everyday life. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. We'll try to walk you through the process. So maybe y'all will be inspired to can green beans.
Yep.
Okay, so what we're doing is just taking this knife here and just clipping that stem off. I clip this end off too. It's just a habit, I guess, because that's what we did when I was growing up. And then we just take the green bean and chop it into, I don't know, approximately 1-inch pieces. We don't measure. It's what we've done so far. It actually goes fairly fast once you get into the rhythm of it. And then you just chop it up. And then what I'll do next, the next step after this, once we get about enough that I'll be able to fill up 7 quart jars, which we need a lot more than this, but then I'll show you how to fill the jars, and then we're going to start the pressure canner. Okay, so these are the beans that we've cut so far, and I'm going to get them packed into the jars. We'll wash them first and then get them in the jar so we can get the pressure canner going. So I'm just going to put them in a strainer here and run some water over them. They're not very dirty, honestly, but just to get the whatever dirt that's on them off.
These are good beans too.
Yeah, Ronnie's been eating them raw. I don't care for them raw so much.
I love them raw.
I know Marlon likes them raw.
I like them raw.
So, the Amish, we have 2 big Amish groups that live within, one's 15 minutes from here, the other one's about 25 minutes. I actually went to the ones over in Lobelville, Cane Creek to get these. What we pay for?
We paid this
a bucket. $20 for half a bushel.
And then $40 would be a whole bushel.
Yes, and we got a bushel and a half. So.
Yep. So it's actually a good deal.
Mhm.
And yeah, Emily showed you our corn that we got.
So one of these days we're gonna need to go get corn. I like to put up quite a few quart of corn. I'm thinking we're gonna need to do 20 dozen of corn. We're gonna try to make it a day when everybody's home and we can all work at it together.
Yeah, because it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, that's gonna be out. We're gonna have to do that out in the back porch.
Well, we got a good back porch for that. Oh. Okay, so what we always do is we boil the hot water. We just get the water hot and we stick our lids in there. And the reason we do that is because like the little seal, the back part of the rubber seal on these, we get them soft and then they'll seal way better than just regular if we wouldn't put them in there.
Okay, so I took my jars and I washed them in very hot water to sterilize them first. And these are the green beans that I washed, so I'm just gonna pack them in here.
And you want to pack them pretty tight.
Yeah. I don't know, it might give me carpal tunnel doing this, but this is how my mom used to always do it. And so it has to leave one inch of space up here.
About like that, yeah.
And then, yeah. It looks like they're in there pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want, try to keep as much of the air bubbles out as you can. Some
And
people say to take something down the side. I don't know. My mom never, that's not how she taught me.
we've never
So-
done that.
I think that looks about right. So then you're going to take, I'm just using, some say sea salt, some say canning salt. We eat the pink salt around here. What is that salt called?
See, it's
I have a bag of it up here. It's called pink fine salt. That's all it's called. I get it at the Manna Market. It's a bulk food market. Actually not Amish. I think they might be Seventh-day Adventist. And I get my flour, sugar, oats, all in big 50-pound bags.
and rice.
And so I'm just going to take, for quarts, 1 teaspoon. And just put it on top like that. And then I'll fill the jars up with water when I get ready for that.
And then we figured out how much water to put in the pressure canner.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure, couldn't remember how much water to put in the pressure canner to pressure can green beans. And we concluded between the book that came with the pressure canner that we need about 2 to 3 inches in the bottom down here.
Yeah, we have a
And my pressure canner there will hold 7 quarts.
which is awesome because that's like the good amount.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you think we'll probably get about 30 quart out of this?
I don't know how much we're going to get. They say the general rule of thumb for green beans is you want to get at least 20 to 28 quart out of 1 bushel. We have a bushel and a half, so we'll see. That look about right?
Oh, yeah. And we put your salt in, and then she's going to fill them up with... It's actually very easy to can green beans.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the pressure canning that takes a while.
Yeah, you have to get up to pressure, then you can't walk away from it because you got to watch it so it stays. And we're doing these at 11 pounds of pressure for about 25 minutes. Maybe I'm not doing this the correct way. Everybody has their own way of doing things.
This is just how she learned.
Just like everything else. I'm doing it the way I was taught.
And if the lighting ain't very good, and then...
Okay, the next step after we fill the jars and put salt in them is to fill them up with hot water. Just to where they cover the green beans. A little bit more. That's good.
So we're putting the lids on the jars, and you go like this first, because if there's any chips in the jars or anything, then it won't seal right, and then it'll just be bad. And so that's why you feel around the edges of the jars before, and if there is any chips in it, then you just
Pitch that
pitch
jar.
the jar. Yeah. These are hot, so.
Mm-hmm. The rubbers are all nice and soft.
Yeah. And that's about where we fill the water up. So.
Yeah. About 1 inch left, maybe a little bit more.
The little rubbers.
Okay, so we're putting these jars into the pressure canner.
Oh, I almost dropped that one.
And one more.
Perfect fit here.
So now we're putting some water in, about 2 to 3 inches in the bottom. Alright, so this lid has the pressure gauge on it, and then this is a little
Thing that lets up.
I'm not sure what to call it, but it lets, if it's getting too much pressure in there, it lets the pressure out. And also when you get done canning, you can't just take the top off, obviously, because there's pressure in there, so then this lets that out, the pressure out. But it's got a rubber seal in here, so the lid's got to go on a certain way. So over here, the arrow on the lid and the arrow on the handle, you match the arrows up, it'll set right down on there, and then you can feel it. If you hear that, it went, and it's sealed in there.
And there it's on.
And I'm standing right here next to it, so I'm going to turn it on high. If you're going to be walking away from it, you don't want to probably start it on high. You probably want to start on medium heat so it doesn't get away from you, the pressure. Once that pressure starts coming up, you got to watch it really closely. So we're going to get her started. So update on the canner. We put the beans in. I still have it on high. I'm fixing to turn it back, start turning it back when it gets to 5 pounds, because we want it to slow down and stop at 11 pounds, that mark right after the 10. And then we're going to hold it there for 25 minutes. So that's where we're at. So the pressure came up to 11 pounds, and we left it at 11 pounds for 25 minutes. And now I just I turned the burner off and pulled the pressure canner off the burner and letting the pressure come down. Once the pressure comes down to 0, I'll be able to take the lid off and see what we got. Okay, so the pressure's down to 0, and this little thing back here in the back, it pops up whenever it's I think it's called an air vent or whatever. It pops up whenever the pressure has gotten in there. It pops up, and then that's when the needle will rise. And so then whenever you're waiting for the pressure to come down, the needle comes to 0, and then I timed it was just over 30 minutes for the pressure to go from 11 pounds down to 0, and then for the vent thing to go all the way down.
And it's very important not to open the thing before that, because it could break the jars.
That's correct. And then
Ooh, look how good.
none of them are cracked.
No?
Awesome. They look great. I might just let them set for just a tad, for about 5 minutes before I take them out. Alright, they're coming out of the canner. I already took one out. They look so pretty, and they smell so good.
Yeah, they
So
do.
exciting.
The color difference is crazy. Those turned out so good, and they haven't.
So the full process from the time they go in, well, so the time they came out was probably about 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
At least. So we're going to be
Hot
doing
water bathing.
Yeah, hot
Okay.
water bathing doesn't take near as long.
No, it don't take near as long.
Now they just need a seal yet. Once they all seal, then I'll be happy.
Yep. Huh. For our red beets, they sealed almost right away when they came out.
that's
So,
hot. Mm-hmm.
Is that one sealed?
No, not yet.
looked a little bit like it.
So I have 21 jars filled, and I have this left yet, and we have these over here on the table, and then a few that we have to take the ends off of yet. So I'm thinking we're gonna have right at, I don't know, a little over 30, probably a little over 30 quarts. So I'm tickled about that. All right, so to end this video, Rondi wanted to show you how we make milkshakes. Plus, we were talking about milkshakes. She got hungry for one, so we're gonna do peaches. These peaches we put up in the freezer, I guess either last year or the year before.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what kind of peaches they are, but we can some peaches. Now we dice them up like that, put them in the freezer, and they're great for milkshakes. So she's gonna walk you through the process of how we make our milkshakes. And we don't have any ice cream, so we're just gonna use milk.
Yep. So you put your peaches in, and I'm not using the whole bag because. So I put my peaches in, and I'm not using the whole bag because we don't want a whole lot. And then I stick my milk, and I just guess how much we need, I guess. Probably about that much.
And you can always add more as you.
Yeah, so. And then a little bit of vanilla. So, you want to put, I guess for the sugar too, I kind of just put a little in.
Yeah, we just guess.
And then you could always add more if you need to.
Mm-hmm. You can taste it. If it's not sweet enough, you can add more
Yeah.
sugar.
There we go. Now I'm going to blend it. Good.
Yum.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So we hope you enjoyed our video today. We're just showing you what we're doing here at the house, and it's a privilege to be able to can food and put up for my family. I enjoy it so much, and it gives me peace of mind to know that I can just go to my pantry and pull jars off the shelf, and we got food to eat no matter what. You know, we're not going to go hungry. So I enjoy it a lot. It's a huge satisfaction from me to be able to fill the shelves up with jars and put them in boxes and get the freezers full. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you have any tips for us on canning green beans or whatever, just let us know. We're always open to learn something new. So we'll catch you on the next video, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.